What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So we are back again for the Ultimate Girls Trip. This is season 1, episode 4. So this one was breaking the fourth wall, right? Because I feel like a lot of the conversations on this episode are the ladies talking about their lives being on as the Real Housewives and what that effect has had on them, good, bad, or indifferent. So we start off, it's Melissa's day. So all of the events and activities Melissa has planned. So the ladies, we're getting the ladies up for breakfast. They got to hurry up and get ready, get dressed, glam, and all that good stuff. Because they're going out on the buggies. They're going to ride around the island. They're actually going to come off of the compound. Melissa said, we're not just going to spend this whole week brunching and lunching and all that good stuff. We're going to actually, get down and dirty, go on the island, see what's going on around here. So at breakfast, they're talking about what they would and wouldn't say on camera. They asked Cynthia about her relationship with Nene, and she said, me and Nene are not in a good place. We are not. We don't really speak, she said, and it is very hurtful. It was very hurtful. She said, one thing I learned about that relationship is that communication is key, which is why I reached out to Cynthia and let her know that she irritated me and I wasn't happy about how things went down with us. She said that, it hurts even when people ask her about it, So then they brought up legal issues on camera. So, of course, they brought up Teresa. Teresa was talking about her friend, and I don't watch New Jersey, so I don't know this woman. But it seems as though from the clip they showed, this woman told the tabloid some of Teresa's business, and she said, that was very hurtful to her because, I would have never done that to her. She was my best friend. And for her to do that to me, I would never do that. So then they brought up Erica Jane, baby. And they said, yeah, because Kyle, you would never do that to Erica, girl. Kyle was like, well, in Erica's situation, everybody already knew. So I felt like maybe it would be a good, if I would, I would ask her questions that would give her the opportunity to be able to explain herself. Girl, you threw your friend under the bus. It is what it is, child. It is what it is. So they brought up the fact that Nene did Broadway and somebody else did Broadway. Then they asked Luann about when Bethany put on camera about her relationship with her ex-husband and showed the pictures of them kissing, and she was like, yeah, because I didn't know anything about it. Like, she really blindsided me with that, and as my friend, it really hurt me that she would do that to me on camera. She would put me in that position on camera. So then they're in the bus. They got everybody in the bus, child, on their way down there. And they were talking in the car about Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle and what happened with that and how that situation fell out, and she was like, that was the get out Kyle heard around the world. She said people still come up to her, and people yelling out of taxi cabs, and I know Yarrell does it all the time over here about Kyle. They talked about, is it Melissa's daughter that did the song that went viral and all people did the TikTok videos and all that with. So again, they're just giving us this glimpse into what their world really is behind the scenes. So the ladies go on the buggies, and it's a shame when the camera crew has to be like, I'm sorry, ladies, but you're going to have to wear helmets. And like, you could tell they were even scared to tell them that they had to wear helmets. Like, what did y'all think? Did y'all not think y'all were going to have to wear helmets? And of course, they're like, are they sanitized? Are they clean? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I don't know about that. But baby, they all put the damn helmets on. And the ladies are out on the buggies having a good time now. Miss Kenya is by herself, and Miss Kenya is living her best life, okay? She is whipping, dipping, sliding, flying, and up and down and around the corner on this, on her little scooter, her little buggy. And of course, Ramona got something to say, talking about she's being rude. She almost caused accidents. She done cut us off a couple of times. Now I don't know if she done cut y'all off or not. But she was having a good time. And ain't nobody died, child. Ain't nobody died. So they go to lunch. And again, they're giving us this breaking of the fourth wall thing where they're talking about how when they order the food, how the cameraman always need to get a shot of them getting their drinks and always films them ordering their food. And she was like, I don't know, I guess, I think this was Ramona saying, I mean, I guess they just want to see, how exotic our palates are or something, because that's like something they always do when they're filming us. They always want to see, they always want to get a copy of our, what we're ordering or what have you. So while they're at lunch, Luann had brought some questions for them to answer, so that, again, basically telling all their business, but conversation starters. And so they asked, some of the questions were again about being on the show, and like one of the questions was, would you do it if you had to do it all over again, would you do it? And Teresa said, I mean, I guess I could look at how, about some things that happened, some, going to jail. And she said, the only thing I think I regret is that I lost time with my parents, She said, but ultimately, I'm in a really good place and I'm really happy. And so, no, I don't regret it. Some of the other things that Teresa brought up, and I think I missed it in the last episode, was, how much she's done since she's gotten out of jail. She's got the cookbooks, and, she's a best-selling author. And, she said that when she got out of jail, she just didn't feel anything for her ex-husband anymore. She said, before coming on the show, she thought they had a good life. She thought everything was great with them. But, the love was gone, honey. The love was gone. That's the other thing I missed, child. I'm sorry, y'all. At the beginning of this episode, we saw Teresa reading her letters from Louis and sharing them with Ramona. And Ramona was saying how sweet it was and how, romantic Louis was and everything. And I do think that's sweet. Like, I don't know Louis, and I know Louis is kind of getting a little bit of a bad rap, but I do think that was kind of sweet of Louis. Now, when the ladies got ready to order, here go Ramona again, cutting off Kenya. Kenya was trying to order, and Ramona gonna talk over her and trying to order her food. I just think Ramona just thinks it's her world and the rest of us are just here. Like, I don't think she has any respect for anybody. Like, everybody is just peasants to her. Like, child. Everybody just peasants to Ramona. Okay? Kyle's question was, how has the show affected your relationship? And Kyle was like, listen, I think the relationship made my relationship stronger. She said, I don't believe in the curse. I don't believe that this show ruins relationships. I think people already have cracks in their relationships, and they come on the show and it either exposes the cracks or they figure it out and they get it together. She said, so, for us, it's actually made us, stronger, she feels like, So they asked about perks on the show, and Cynthia, my head looking a mess. And Cynthia was saying how, that the perks for her is that she feels like she's met a group of friends that she maybe otherwise wouldn't have hung out with or wouldn't have spent time with, They asked Ramona, how have your kids been affected? And she said, well, my daughter wanted to be on the show. She thinks that she should be the star, and, it bothers her that I'm the star. And, of course, the other lady sort of chimed in a little bit. And, with Kenya, her daughter is so young, but she made a comment about, well, it's all about how you want to be seen by your child or be perceived by your child. I thought that was a bit of an interesting statement to make, So Kenya had the question about social media. And so she was talking about how she, her first season, it was really hard on her because she didn't really know what to expect. She went back to Walter and how Walter, she was accused of paying him to be her boyfriend on the show. And she was like, listen, for the record, I ain't never paid nobody to be my man, okay? I ain't never had to do that. And I was like, child, okay. Excuse me. So Luann I think her question was the hardest part about being on the show. And she was just like, just staying away from the bullshit and the fakery and the fake nonsense. She said, just staying out of all of that because people, don't have good intentions, and it's easy to get caught up in people and their bad intentions, So I thought it was an interesting game. Again, we're sort of getting a glimpse into that fourth wall situation, And now it's time to head on back and get ready for the evening's festivities. So for the evening's festivities, we're going to have a good old-fashioned slumber party, okay? Melissa has gotten custom-made pajamas for all of the ladies that are really cute and nice. Some have on pants, some have on shorts, and they're all getting themselves together. Melissa's got games. You know, Michael then set up some games for them, which basically is just a bunch of drinking games, child. They went from one drinking game to the next drinking game to the next drinking game. I said, for the exception of Luann, everybody gonna end up drunk tonight, okay? But while they were getting ready, Kenya had a moment. Kenya had a little bit of a breakdown. You know, Mark can be playing these mind games with Kenya for a long time. And so he did it again, hit her with the, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. And, I just remember what it was like when we were on our first date. We had such, good intentions. And so Kenya was having a whole breakdown. So Kyle, knocked on the door. She, went to go check on Kenya. Well, she was upstairs to take Kenya some dresses or something. And she walked in and Kenya was crying. And Kenya asked her, she didn't want the cameras, So then Cynthia went to go check on Kenya. I feel like production went and got Cynthia because Cynthia just seemed like she just randomly walked up on Kenya's room. And the cameras were right behind her. Like the cameras were like right behind her. And she opened the door and Kyle was like, she's bringing the camera. She's got the cameras. And Kenya was like, I don't want the cameras in here. Like, can you just not? Now, the cameras left. The cameras left. But again, I feel like Kenya got upset and she said, why would she do that to me? Why would she bring the cameras in here? If she's my friend, she's just checking on me. Just check on me to check on me. Don't check on me, for a moment. And I don't really feel like that's what it was. Like, again, I feel like somebody went and got Cynthia and said, you need to go check on Kenya. And of course the cameras are going to follow her because that's what they do. Kenya, that's how this game works. Like, but I feel like when Kenya when Cynthia came in and put the cameraman out, I think that should have showed you her intention. Like, if she had kept talking to you and trying to film with you while the cameras were right there, that's another conversation. But once the cameras were left out, I feel like that showed her true intention. I also thought it was interesting that Kenya was in there getting that wig done. Mrs. I don't wear wig. It's just my natural hair. And you got mad at Tanya for letting the world know that you be wearing wigs and stuff, girl. But anyway, moving on. It was a cute wig, though. But moving on. So eventually they come downstairs. And remember, now they're late. But of course they don't realize why they're late. They don't know that Kenya was having a moment. And Kyle and Cynthia were kind of just with her. And, Cynthia was saying all the right stuff, about, Kenya's soon-to-be ex-husband, how he's not a bad guy. They just ain't right for each other. I think that's going to come back and bite you in the ass, Miss Cynthia. You ain't supposed to be saying nothing about him is nice. Even if that's how you feel. You ain't supposed to be saying nothing about him is nice, girl. But eventually everybody comes downstairs. They have on their pajamas and everything. And again, it is one drinking game after another. First they play Twister where you take your shots off the floor. Now, Mr. Concierge Michael, he was flirting with Miss Luann. Now, mind you, Michael is married, okay? And Luann has been very clear that she thinks Michael is cute and she is flirting with him. And I feel like he played up on that a little bit, okay? I feel like he played up on the whole, flirty situation, okay? He had Luann take a shot out of his mouth. And Luann climbed on top of him and took that shot out of his mouth. I said, see, if that's my husband, we got a whole nother problem when he bring his happy ass home, okay? We got a whole nother problem. So then they went from that drinking game to, some other drinking game. I don't even remember now. Then they went from that drinking game to Prosecco Pong. And then they played Prosecco Pong down to the Real Housewives of Potomac with Candace. I better give credit where credit is due and give Candace credit for her Prosecco game, Pong. So they were worried that Ramona wouldn't really get into it because they were talking about sex and stuff. And remember the other day, Ramona was like, "Oh, we don't talk about sex. That's not dignified. That's not what you do. That's crass. We don't talk about sex." But Ramona got into it, honey. Ramona was talking about that she used to put whipped cream from the cannoli down on her husband and licked it off. Like, okay, girl. But it was a fun time. I mean, the ladies danced, they flirted, they laughed. It was really just a good old-fashioned sleepover. And everybody got into it. Everybody got into the moment. And I thought it was a great episode. Of course, they did the whole after dark thing again. But they were so drunk. They were running around the house. They were busting into each other's confessionals. Child, they was drunk as hell. But again, it was all in good fun. And I feel like this was a really lighthearted episode. But I am told that the next episode ain't so lighthearted, honey. So I'm going to try to get to that. Y'all will get that tomorrow because I ain't giving it to y'all tonight. It's late. But y'all will get that tomorrow. And then we'll be all caught up. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Peace.